For today's grim adventure, we find ourselves in the middle of the Sitgreaves National Forest here in Arizona. It is freezing out, like terrifyingly cold. We often say that we love filming in the middle of nowhere, and I can honestly say that we are truly in the middle of nowhere right now. This is a video that we've been wanting to do for quite some time. My question to you is this: have you seen the movie Fire in the Sky? It came out in 1993 and it is absolutely terrifying. And it's about an alien abduction that happened right where I'm standing right now in the Sitgreaves National Forest in Arizona. It's based on a true story, or shall I say inspired by true events. Now, baby girl, we have been in some cold situations when we were filming, but nothing like this. It's like 28 degrees out. The wind is whipping through the trees up here in the middle of nowhere. I'm actually quite surprised that we were able to get the car back here on these old service roads. But today, we're going to be tracking down the locations here in the middle of nowhere that are closely associated to the story of Travis Walton.
Wherever I come, bad luck just comes my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.
Now, if you've seen the movie Fire in the Sky, or at least somewhat familiar with Travis Walton and the abduction case here in Arizona, then this story is probably nothing new to you. But just in case you've never seen the movie or have no idea what I am talking about, basically, here's what happened. November 5th, 1975, Travis Walton was part of a logging crew that was out here in these woods that we're walking through right now, and they were thinning the trees. Well, one night, November 5th, 1975, they were driving down this road back to town, back to the town of Heber, when the guys in the truck, they saw a strange light hovering above the tree line. So they pulled over, and Travis, he actually got out of the car and for whatever reason started running towards the light. In the movie, the other loggers were telling him to, come back. They were scared. They were not sure what was going on. And Travis stopped and he points up to the lights, and this beam comes out of the sky, covers Travis Walton. The other loggers, they take off down this road right here towards the town of Heber, terrified. They get to town and they realize, well, crap, we left him, so they come back. This story, it's really cold, my lips are numb. This story has been the subject of debate for quite some time. I think at this point, a lot of UFO-ologists believe it to be a hoax. Others do not. Travis himself, who lives in the town of Snowflake, not too far from where we are right now, to this day still says that what happened to him out here in these woods actually did happen. So, no matter what you believe, whether you believe the abduction of Travis Walton back in 1975 is real or not, whether it was a hoax or not, what we're going to cover in this video are the actual locations. We're going to kind of walk you through where he appeared after being missing for a couple of days. The actual phone booth where he called his family after the world was basically looking for him. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some of the hoaxes. Jessica and I have been wanting to make this video for quite some time. But every time we come out here, the weather's really, really bad. I mean, the road getting out to where we are right now was rocky and bumpy as heckins. You really can't come out here unless you have like an all-terrain vehicle or four-wheel drive. I'm surprised we made it. Yes, we drive a Tesla. Now, the woods that Travis Walton and the guys were clearing are right over here. You can't get back to the exact spot anymore. So this is as close as we're gonna get. Years ago, Travis Walton himself would come out here with a tour group. He would, you can come out here and he'd take you back to the spot and point out some trees that have been cut down where you can see the rings where supposedly you can see the radiation from the spacecraft. But there's really no getting back to that spot anymore either. And this is pretty much it. Wild, right? I remember the first time I saw the movie Fire in the Sky, which again came out in the year 1993. It was absolutely terrifying. Stars D.B. Sweeney, who was also in the movie Cutting Edge, toe pick. And it does take some creative liberties. I mean, whenever Travis Walton was gone, he was aboard the spacecraft, according to the story. And in the movie, they kind of talk about that. They show that. There's a lot of twists and turns with the storyline and people who were involved who were witnesses. They did take polygraph tests, and I think at first Travis Walton failed, mainly because I think I read that he was pressured, but every polygraph test since then he has passed. Again, whether you were part of it's a hoax camp or a not hoax camp, it's a fun story. Well, once the sun starts setting, it's only going to get colder. So we better get going because we do have some ground to cover. We now find ourselves about 1.3 miles. I checked the GPS. 1.3 miles outside of the town of Heber. It's like the Heber Overguard area here in Arizona. And this road, once Travis was abducted and he was gone for 5 days, when he reappeared, it was actually on this road. We're gonna walk up to the site right now. It's a rather busy road. You're gonna see some cars and trucks, so we're gonna be careful. It's a little strange hearing the cars whiz by, and then you see this, the wilderness. At one point, there was a white T, like the letter T for Travis, painted exactly where the return site was. It is no longer here. Time has erased it, but we've been out here quite a few different times. And we know exactly where it was, pretty much right where Jessica's standing. Crazy, right? The aliens basically dropped him off and he witnessed the ship fly away. I think it was the very first episode of X-Files where you see Mulder and Scully on a back road somewhere in the middle of the woods, and they have this disturbance with the radio and they pull over, and Mulder grabs a can of spray paint from the trunk of the car and he makes an X. That's what this reminds me of, and I wonder if this is where they got the inspiration because of this. Now just imagine Travis Walton, after being missing for 5 days, is returned here to Earth, and the aliens would have dropped him off right where Jessica's standing. And he accounts, he tells that he looked up in the sky and he watched this flying saucer fly away. Did it really happen? Or did it not really happen? Is it truth or is it a hoax? Either way, what a story, and it gave us Fire in the Sky. when the aliens dropped Travis Walton off 1.3 miles out of town, again, I checked the GPS. Supposedly, well, according to the movie, he was naked. And in the middle of the night, he walked 1.3 miles down here to the town of Heber. It's not a very big town. Over here to these phone booths where he called a family member to come pick him up. Back in the day, this building that's to the right, this was an Exxon station, but today it is Heber Tire. But the phone booths are still here. Are you trying to call home? Wrong movie. This is Fire in the Sky. I love that they have aliens here. Look at this. Come get you. We're just passing through. So, property of Casa Ramos. Fine Mexican food. That is who owns the property that the telephone booths are on. And there's another one over here. Do you see this little guy? The further you go in town, you'll see some wood carvers actually carving aliens. But these guys are here. I just noticed this too. David Hatcher Childress. World explorer, author and co-star on the History Channel's Ancient Aliens. He has a workshop of sort and a book signing. Now this is a cool photo opportunity. If you don't know this about Jessica and I, here at the Grim Life Collective, we love photo ops, and this one is, dare I say, out of this world.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. See what I did there? Dad joke. Pun. Oh, it's alien dad jokes. It feels really good to finally finish this video. We've been out here a few different times. She's trying to get the aliens to take her home. But like I said, baby girl, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. What am I going to do with her? Now, like I said, it feels good to finally get this video done. Because we've been out here a few different times, and one time we actually even got stuck in the middle of nowhere. We had to dig our car out because of the snow and the ice. Yeah, she's still there. I keep checking to make sure you're still there. Because you never know. You never know. It feels good. Now from here, we're going to head over to the town of Snowflake where Travis Walton lives. I was able to track down his last known address. I think he's like 71 years old now. So we are going to respectfully see if we can track him down to say hi. Who knows, maybe even get him to sign our Fire in the Sky laser disc. How cool would that be?
Hello.
Hi, so sorry to bother you.
All right.
Completely out of the blue. No, my name is Michael.
Hi, Michael.
My wife and I were traveling to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I feel so awkward saying this. Your story touched my father and me. It helped us bond. And I feel so bad because I did a quick search to see if because I was like, I had to stop and see these snowflake locations. And it had your address, and I was like, I'm just going to take a chance that maybe you do live here, and you do, and I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
I just really wanted to stop and meet you and see if I can possibly get an autograph from you, sir.
Yeah, sure.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I do. I know that this movie is fictional as all hell,
Yeah.
but I have a lot of me and my father. We have a lot of respect for you, and
It put you through the emotional ringer we went through.
I guess that anywhere in the light. So we just met Travis Walton. Beyond nice, and he thought it was kind of cool that I brought a laser disc, but he signed our Fire in the Sky laser disc. He signed it right in the light. Just made my day. Now, I didn't ask him about doing an interview. The man's done interviews like there's no tomorrow. Instead, got a picture with him, thanked him for his story, and then moved on. And we have this forever. Let's get a closer look at this laser disc. Yes, I said Laserdiscs. I know some of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but we do have a working Laserdisc player where we do watch them. But signed ones, they go up on our wall. This is one heck of a way to end our first part of this video. The sun is starting to set, it's getting a little colder, so we're gonna go back to the hotel room and pick this up again tomorrow. We're done with the story. Tomorrow we're gonna talk a little bit more about the hoaxes. Well, the hoax theory. Now, when it comes to whether or not the story of Travis Walton's abduction is a hoax or not, there's all kinds of different stories. But there's one that kind of sticks out more than the rest. You see this road right here? That night, November 5th, 1975, Travis and the guys would have been driving right down this road. And one of the working theories is they passed this spot called the Gentry Lookout, elevation 7,724 feet. Now, the tower is right behind me. We're going to show it in just a moment. And it's kind of a compelling story whenever you really think about it. If you look about the center of your screen, just above the treetops, that is Gentry Lookout. That is why we drove all the way out here in the middle of nowhere to find. Now, the working theory is this, that not everybody that was a part of the logging crew knew what was going to happen, that it was staged, that only Travis Walton and a few of his close friends, a few of his close work buddies knew that they were going to do this, that he was going to stage this abduction. Now, on that night, November 5th, 1975, the guys, they drove down this road that I'm walking right now. This is not the typical road that they would have taken to get back to Heber. And in doing so, they also left the work site when it was dark. Usually they were done by 4 o'clock. So they're out here a little bit longer in the shroud of darkness, and they had witnesses. So the theory is they came across this tower, and back in the day, 1975, I keep saying that, the tower was very well lit up, and you can kind of see it from the road. And Travis Walton got really excited, and the truck pulled over. He got out of the truck and he ran over towards the glowing light. Now, up there at the top, there's also a spotlight. And the theory is that they shown that there was an accomplice. There was somebody up there that had a spotlight, and he shined it down on Travis Walton, and then it went out. And at the same exact time, the driver who was part of the truck, who was part of the, the staging, part of the hoax, took off. And so the story, the abduction of Travis Walton, began. I mean, if you really think about it, it does make sense. And it would be an excellent place to hide out for 5 days, the 5 days that Travis was missing. So the question then becomes, knowing that this fire tower is here and it basically overlooks the work site, why didn't the sheriff or anybody that was looking for Travis Walton come up here to see if anybody knew what was happening? Well, the sheriff didn't believe that Travis was abducted by aliens. They believed that it was Travis's coworkers who actually possibly murdered him, or that it was a hoax. So they never really came up here to check it out. I know we have the drone, but it would have been really cool to get to the top of the fire tower to get a shot of what it would look like from that over the valley where the guys were working. There's razor wire, everything's locked down. But we can at least walk around it to the edge. It's definitely an interesting theory, that's for sure. And there's a couple other different theories, but this one here is probably at least what I find the most interesting. because it's something near where the guys were working that has something that's like a floodlight, a spotlight that goes with the story. And it's also a place where Travis Walton could have hung out for 5 days while the world was looking for him. Man, what a view though, right? So you can see some of the snow on the ground. Oh, it is cold. Can you imagine if right now, standing here, a flying saucer, a UFO came down and, well, abducted me? And it was on camera and all Jessica could find was the footage. And with that being said, thank you for joining us on another grim adventure. Braving the cold out in the middle of the Sitgreaves National Forest. Tracking down an alien abduction site from 1975. One of the most popular alien abduction stories ever to date. I mean, they made a movie of it, The Fire in the Sky. I actually got to meet D.B. Sweeney. He signed a picture for me. Oh yeah, until next time. See, I got lost in the distance here. I got lost with the imagination. Until next time, happy Halloween.
Wherever I come, bad luck just comes my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always